Hello and welcome back, dear friends. Today I am going to deal you on your favorite topic, light, part 2, with 1, 2, 3, 4 tricks on your favorite topic, spherical mirrors. Dear friends, this video is going to be more interesting for you, so please like, share, subscribe, and comment to your own channel GSL. Friends, I provide you complete courses on standard 6 to 12, triple C, Indian polity, the Hindu analysis, complete English courses just in 45 days, and many more on your demand. Guys, please like, share, subscribe, and support to your channel GSL. So without wasting your time, let's get started. Dear friends, today I am going to deal you with your favorite topic, spherical mirror. Friends, as you as I teach you previously on your on plane mirror, image formation on plane mirror, you remember it, and now I teach you on your favorite topic, spherical mirror. Friends, reflection of light from curved surfaces or spherical mirrors. When a parallel beam of light rays when a parallel beam of light rays falls on a plane mirror, it is reflected as a parallel beam. Then it is reflected as a parallel beam. It does not converge or diverge the parallel rays. Okay, friends, you can understand. When a parallel beam of light rays, I teach you in your previous class about parallel beam of light rays when falls on plane mirror, then it reflected back in same manner in parallel beam fall. It does not converge or diverge the parallel rays. Now, in this class, I give you detailed information on spherical mirrors. So, now comes to the next point. Those mirrors which can converge or diverge parallel rays of light which falls on them are called spherical mirrors. Dear friends, these spherical mirrors can be made from a portion cut off from a hollow glass sphere. You can understand it, dear friends. So we can say those mirrors which can converge or diverge the parallel rays of light which falls on them are called spherical mirrors. The reflection takes place from the curved surfaces. The reflection takes from the curved surface with hollow parts of spherical mirrors. The reflecting surfaces of mirror is a part of a hollow sphere of glass. They are of two kinds, concave mirror and a convex mirror. I teach you in your previous class. So go ahead. How spherical mirrors form? Friends, when a hollow sphere cuts into two parts, this is first one and this is second one. When cuts into two parts, then it forms a concave mirror and a convex mirror. In concave mirror, reflecting surfaces is in inner side. Reflecting surfaces is in inner side, and outer side is rough surfaces, and outer side is rough surfaces, and outer side is rough surfaces. And outer side is of rough surfaces. And in convex mirror, reflecting surfaces is on their outer side, and inner side is their rough surfaces. Inner side have their rough surfaces. Okay friends, this is their center of curvature, this is their vertex, this is their optical axis, or we also can say principal axis. What can I say? Principal axis. Or we can also say it principal axis. Okay friends, and it comes to the next one. As we see, this is a center of curvature of you can understand these parameters, how concave and convex mirror form. This is their silvered surface. This is their silvered surface. This is their pole. This is the focus, and this one is center of curvature. This is one is center of curvature, and the whole is called radius of curvature from P to C. P to C is called radius of curvature. Is called radius of curvature. Is called radius of curvature PC. See, you can understand it. The straight line joining these mirrors, which is AB, is the aperture. Is the aperture. Is the aperture. This one is center of curvature, and this one is principal axis. This is angular aperture. This is linear aperture. This one is linear aperture, which is also called only aperture. We can also say it only aperture or linear aperture, aperture both. Okay friends, now comes to the next one. Some important terms related to mirror configuration. Center of curvature. It is the center of hollow sphere of glass of which the mirror is a part. It is not a part of the mirror. It lies outside the reflecting surfaces of the mirror. It is represented by C. So it is called center of curvature. You can it lies outside the reflecting surface. Center of curvature lies outside the reflecting surfaces of mirror. You can understand it. Note, this point is to be noted. The center of curvature of a concave mirror. The center of curvature of a concave mirror is in front of it. The center of curvature of concave mirror is in front of it, but for convex mirror it is behind it. Now come to the next pole. The center of spherical mirrors is called its pole. Okay, the center of spherical mirror. The center of spherical mirror is called its pole. It lies on the surface of the mirror. It lies on the surface of the mirror. It is denoted by capital P. Radius of curvature. It is the radius of hollow sphere of glass of which the mirror is a part. The distance from pole to center of curvature is radius. It is represented by capital R. Now comes to the next one. On principal axis, as I say, the straight line passing through the center of curvature and pole of a spherical mirror is called its principal axis. It is perpendicular to the mirror. Aperture, that point of a mirror from which the reflection of light actually takes place. It represents the size of the mirror. Principal focus, it is a point on the principal axis to which all light rays are parallel to it and converge after reflection from the concave mirror. Principal focus. This is the concave mirror. Here, this is pole. This is focus. And this is center of curvature. Okay. Sorry to say, this is radius of curvature as you see here. Okay. This is also called radius of curvature, as you see in your image. On your image, distance from C to P is called radius of curvature, and C is the center of curvature, F is the focus, P is the pole, and this axis is called principal axis. This is called principal axis. When the light comes from the source in parallel form, then they passes through the focus on concave mirror. So the concave mirror is also called converging mirror. What can I say? Concave mirror. Concave mirror is also called converging mirror. Concave mirror is also called converging mirror. So concave mirror is also called converging mirror. All the reflected light rays are actually passes through the focus. As we can see, all the reflected light rays are actually passes through the focus of a concave mirror. As I telling you, all the light rays passing through the principal focus. The concave mirror has a real focus, and it lies in front of the mirror, We can understand it. And it comes to the next one, focus. Focus, this belongs to convex lens. It is a point on principal axis from which a beam of light rays initially parallel to its axis appears to diverge after being reflected from convex mirror. Dear friends, the reflected rays do not actually pass through the focus of convex mirror. Convex mirror has virtual focus and lies behind the mirror focal length. The distance between the pole, as I tell you previously, the distance between the pole and the principal axis is called focal length of the mirror. Note, the plane mirror neither converges nor diverges the parallel light rays. So, the focal length of a plane mirror can be considered to be infinite. This question comes many times on your CBSE examination. Where does plane mirror focus belongs to? Then we can say infinite. Okay, remember it. This question always comes in 1 marks, and always you should write it on your examination in your long answer or short type question answer. And now comes to the next one, a spherical mirror. This is their hard surfaces. This is the focal length. This is the center of curvature, which also we can also say it is equal to 2f. 2f, which will is equal to r, and it means radius of curvature. Means radius of curvature. That is equal to 2r. You can also say focus is half of radius. Focus is half of radius. Light comes from this side, and this is so this is the reflecting surfaces. This is the reflecting surfaces on a spherical mirror. Concave mirror. It is the mirror in which the reflection of light takes place at the bent in surface. At the bent in surface, the reflection takes place from the inner part of curvature. These mirrors are also known as converging mirrors, as it converges the light rays at a point after reflection. Inner surface is reflecting and the outer surface is non-reflecting or painted. As example, the inner surfaces is shining surfaces of like a spoon, as like as a spoon. The inner surfaces of a spoon is shining, similar to the concave mirror. As we can see, when a parallel beam of light rays comes to it, then these beams of light converge at focus. So we can say this mirror is a converging mirror. Now comes to the next one, convex mirror. Convex mirrors, it is that mirror in which reflection of light takes place at the bulging out surface. The reflection occurs at the outer part of curvature. These mirrors are also known as diverging mirror, and the convex mirror are called diverging mirror. These questions also becomes many times on your examination, and you can make it as a point, because CBSE tells us all the answer which we write is in point form, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this pattern. Mirrors, as it diverges the incident rays after reflection. Okay, it is the diverging mirror as it diverges the incident rays after reflection. As we can see, here comes the parallel beam of light rays, and all becomes diverged after reflection in other directions. So it is called diverging mirror. Friends, please subscribe to your channel and support us. So comes to the next one. uh, I this slide comes again. Now this is our main point: relation between radius and Radius of curvature and focal length. Relation between radius of curvature and focal length. Friends, the focal length of a spherical mirror is equal to half of its radius of curvature, is equal to half of its radius of curvature. As we can see, f is equal to r by 2. F is equal to r by 2. I tell you previously. Few important points regarding this. The focus of concave mirror is real. The focus of concave mirror is real. The focus of convex mirror is virtual. Real images are formed in front of mirror. Real images are formed in front of mirror. Virtual image formed behind the mirror. This is some important point. We should always remember it. Without it, I cannot solve any doubts or any problem. So remember it. Focus of concave mirror is real because of, as we can understand, like this. I can take it as x-axis and y-axis, and in concave mirror, here is a focus, and in convex mirror, here is focus. So we can say this is real and this is virtual. In concave mirror, in concave, and in convex mirror. Real images are formed in front of mirror. Those images which are real is formed in front of mirror like this. And virtual images are formed behind the mirror like this. It is behind the mirror. It is behind the mirror. So comes to the next one. Rules for obtaining images. Whenever a light ray emerges out of an object, it consists of large number of lines. But for simplicity, we only draws two lines for representation. The light always follows certain rules while traveling. We can always consider the light comes in positive direction. Light comes in positive direction. Direction of light always be taken as positive. We should remember it. Direction of light is always taken as positive. Okay. So comes to rule number 1. A ray of light parallel to principal axis before reflection, it passes through focus after reflection. Okay, a ray of light parallel to principal axis before reflection, it passes through focus after reflection. Now we can see here, this is the concave mirror and this is the convex mirror, and we understand it, how the rays of light comes and passes through the focus. We also can understand how the ray of light comes and passes through principal focus. The convex lens diverges the rays of light and the concave lens converges the ray of light. So we can understand it. Rule number 2. A ray of light passes through focus before reflection. It emerges out parallel to the axis after reflection. When a ray of light passes through focus, then it emerges out parallel to the principal axis after reflection. Rule number 3, a light ray that incident on center of curvature passes through C after reflection. It always perpendicular to the mirror, like concave mirror and convex mirror. As we can see, when the rays of light passes through center of curvature, then it reflected back on the same line as he comes. We can also see this in we can also see this in convex mirror. When a rays of light incident on center of curvature, after reflection it passes through their same line, and it always perpendicular to the mirror. The center of curvature, when the rays of light incident on center of curvature, it passes through C after reflection. It always perpendicular to the mirror. These lines are always considered as perpendicular to the mirror. So remember it forever. Rule number 4. A ray of light incident at the same angle. A ray of light incident at the same angle on pole. It reflected back on the same angle. Dear friends, concave mirror and convex mirror. As we can see, on concave mirror, when a ray of light incident at some angle on pole, as we can see, it reflected back on the same angle. So we can see angle I is equal to angle R. Angle I is equal to angle R. It possible only when the incident rays of light falls on principal pole. Okay, dear friends. Now comes to the next one. Ray diagram of concave mirror. Ray diagram of concave mirror. Object. Friends, now I going to reveal the secret trick of 1, 2, 3, 4. We always considered like this: 1, 2, 3, and 4. The object behind the center of curvature is taken as 1, and between C and F is 2, between F and P is 3, and between P and and behind the mirror is taken as 4. So we can consider like this: when we place the object in 1, then the images formed. This is the object and this one is their images. So we can understand, when we place object on 1, then the image formed in 2. When we place the object in 2, then the image formed on 1. When we place the object on 3, then the image formed on 4. So we can understand, guys, this is our secret trick for today, and I share like these tricks regularly with you. So remember these tricks. It is too much useful for your examination. We can never forget it. if we uses these tricks like now object position at focus, image position at infinity. You can remember it. This is our basics on physics. When object position is at focus, then their image formed at infinity. Nature of image, real and inverted. When this is when the image is formed on left side, on left side, then we can say the image is real because it is in front of mirror, because it is in front of a mirror, because it is in front of mirror. So we can say it that it is poor, and it is below the principal axis, so we can say it is inverted. It is inverted. It is inverted, dear friends. Dear friends, it is inverted. So we can say that the image formed is real and inverted and highly magnified because these images formed in very large, so we can say this is highly magnified image. Now comes to the next one, object position. When the object is between F and C, between F and C on 2, then we know where is image formed. Image formed on 1 with our tricks, and we can form the images like as you see in your on your screen. Okay, you can form your images on your examination like this as you see on your screen. In this condition, object is between F and C, an image formed beyond C. Nature of images, real and inverted. Size of image, bigger in size. Now comes to the next one, object position. Object position at C. When the object is at C, then the image image is also at C. And the nature of image is real and inverted. Real and inverted because of on left side, on on the left side, on left side, on left side, and is inverted due to below the principal axis, and the size of image is same as the size of object, and you form your images like as you see on your screen. So remember it, and you always draw the uh, like this. And it comes to the next one, when object position is beyond C, when object is beyond C means 1, then the image formed on 2, as we can reveal, as I reveal on our secret tricks, so you can use and mix these images carefully on your examination. In this condition, image formed between focus and center of curvature. Nature of image is real and inverted, and size of image is diminished, means small, means small, small than object size, small than object size. Now comes to the next one, object position. When the object position is at infinity, then the image position is at focus. Nature of image is real and inverted, and the size of image is high diminished, means very small, means very small as we think. Now comes to the next one, Some important facts. As the object moves far off, far off from the mirror, the image drags towards the mirror, reverses its position with object. As the image moves towards the mirror, its side gets smaller and smaller in comparison to size of object. Farthest the image from the mirror, larger will be the size, and closer the mirror, smaller will be the size. When we keep our mirror near us, then the images will be too small, and we kept our mirror farther than us, farther than me, then our images formed is bigger in size. In front of mirror, always a real image formed, and behind the mirror, always virtual image is formed. Convex mirror always formed virtual images. Convex mirror always formed virtual images. Whereas concave mirror formed real and virtual both. Now, read diagrams of convex mirror. Object position between pole and infinity for convex mirror. Now comes to the convex mirror. When the object is between pole and infinity, image position will be between focus and principal axis. Nature of image is always virtual and direct, and the size of image is always diminished. We always remember it. As we see on your screen. In this condition, image is always formed behind the mirror. Behind mirror. Behind the mirror. As we can see, we always do our images like this, and in this condition also be our tricks verified. You also use it. Okay. In this mirror, images is always formed between focus and pole. Between focus and pole. Between focus and pole. Images is always formed between focus and pole. Okay. We always remember it. Guys, now comes to the case. Now comes to the case 2. When object position is at infinity. When object position is at infinity, image position is at focus. Nature of image is always virtual and inert, and size of image is highly diminished always. We can always draw images like this, and in this condition also our 1 2 3 4 tricks verified. Our also 1 2 3 4 tricks is verified. So comes to the next one. Thank you for watching. And now next day our video on mirror formula topic with a short trick to remember sign convention, numerical solving. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Subscribe to our channel and share it.